I don't remember yesterday, Launders. You'll have to tell me.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. There we go.
Rush showing a bit of shoulder. Just information seeking. No engagement per se. So what do Ghost do with this? They've cleared out apartments. They have a smoke, which may look to separate the Arch players. Automatic's got the information for his side, and now Ghost know that as well. They still have a minute on the clock, and they will commit to this, despite the potential rotations. And they've got themselves 2 headshots. But Skadoodle is just standing beside that smoke, waiting for his team to rotate. Short plant comes in. Solid shot from Stewie there, 3 on 3.
Bomb ticking away. Wardell with the headshot positions is a pretty good one. And he's using it well to buy time. Gets the reload in. Here goes the next peek. Should be committed now. Oh, he doesn't catch Skadoodle coming to the side. It was the one moment he looks away, of course. But the bomb still needs to be defused here. Rix is playing it very slow as well. Able to capitalize as they dive in for Seb. And surely time is becoming a massive issue here. Rix just needs to just delay it ever so much longer. And he does manage to do it here. Trying to catch Stewie on the escape. And he's going to do it. No one's going to live.
Overall, pretty solid round from Ghost. They get the plant down. They do the halls and lane split. Simple, 1 smoke, execute, and get the trades. It comes down to the wire, but they would have been happy with just a plant. So I think that was a pretty solid round overall. Kept it real simple.
Force buy on the CT side. Could argue Skadoodle's lucky not to be dead from that grenade. Looks pretty close. There is no Kevlar. Rush abusing the close quarters of the apartments. I think one of the glaring issues for the T side might be anti-ecos. There's some tagging through the wall from Seb, but let's see. Only Dallas is towards Zaps with a UMP. Faster fire rate of the Mac-10. They've been prudent, but there's no push there from the T side. They've picked off a player towards B. Stewie trying to delay as much as possible. Just harassing. Maybe trying to make it sound like more people are there than there actually are. It goes just using the time they have afforded to them. But now they've got 1 flashbang, the T side, and a Molotov, and Connor decided to walk through a smoke. But he is the expendable man, so he's on the information seat. So Rush is the only person towards A, and there may be a rotation here. So Ghost, they've played for their information, and now they've got it. And yes, Dallas has been taken down. Oh, now the bomb is rotating on its own. They've left 2 people towards B, Ghost, and they're still there. And the bomb is, in fact, rotating back because of 1 kill. And they know people are on B. I don't understand.
Yep, Skadoodle has an opportunity to stop the plant right now. I mean, he realizes the time ticking down. Basically just got to hit the right person. Oh, and he gets killed. Probably just wanted to stay alive long enough to deny that plant 100%, but thought that was a safe enough peek.
Yeah, it's interesting from Ghost.
That's a shame. I mean, Skadoodle could have just won the round. Just by hiding until the plant sound. But I guess maybe he didn't just look at the clock. Sometimes you sort of just don't check the time. And that situation is very rare, so.
Yeah, I've never been able to relate to that personally. Like, when it's like 10 seconds, I feel like
You always know.
That's like the first thing I'm hoping to find out, that it's like really low on time so I can play time.
Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be part of your mechanics, right? Checking minimap, checking time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, there's the 2 things that, you know, should be part of your routines that you create.
Yeah, some people are definitely get too afraid to look at their radar as well, to take their attention away from the middle of their screen, and they miss stuff. And they could. I noticed Fallen's really good at like making sure he's on top of radar at all times.
Yeah.
And it never costs him deaths.
Right, okay, so we've got just a save here for Cloud9, full save. Rush saving the CZ. And Ghost looking to just barrel up here with the Mac-10s. I like this, trying to see what you can get done. There's a little crossfire set up here. Wardell just wild spray. Realizes there's something up. It's going to whiff the last few bullets though and go down. And they've spotted enough information. I almost feel like they're moving a bit too slowly through Banana, but the end result will be the same as they take the bomb sites. Automatic has found his way with the back set in construction though. I like this. They really fully cleared the bomb site first. Thank you, Ghost, for clearing the bomb site.
Yeah, they got some info top mid. Bomb trail back to B. And they did lose a couple of players, but I mean, there wasn't enough time for Cloud9 to hard rotate before they executed on B, which is kind of how we saw the last run almost fall apart. Now they don't save any guns. I imagine Automatic will maybe try to go back to middle to try to recover whatever's at bottom Banana, because he's not going to be like too excited about a max 10 into the next round, but that door closed a while ago, it seems. So round 4 buy-ups from Ghost. Good damage dealt on the ecos from Cloud9, but a full buy. And Skadoodle didn't save for an op option.
The funny thing is that against CLG, one of the things that Ghost was good at was those previous rounds, just being more decisive than CLG was. So glad to see that you know, they have, even though it can be a bit sketchy, they're sort of taking action, taking initiative. They're not afraid. They just get into weird situations, and they actually can close it down. And they go for a really fast top mid take here, and this is the perfect setup. Skadoodle just dealing death from above. Chunks of death everywhere. Chunks of death.
That was actually such an amazing spray from that distance. Transfer to 3 people, and a couple lined up, but still to get the 3rd kill and do just enormous damage overall. It must have been like 2 instant dinks on those guys.
They die so fast, yeah.
And that's the value of being boosted porch, which you actually don't see people doing that often. Sometimes people do three lane setups, but there it was just like 1 boosted porch beginning of the round. They called out that it was going to be a quick arch wrap. And Ghost had no plans on checking that. Round done and dusted. Round 5 now starts. 3 armor buy up from Ghost. CZ's across the board. Cloud9 with a bunch of money now. Those eco rounds paying off in dividends. Oh.
Okay, well. There's no utility at all here. So it's really going to be tough. Probably going to see more of that. Sort of just peeking out and getting wrecked. There's no helmets on these players, nothing like that to protect them from those headshots. So Ghost are certainly in a bad spot. I mean, really, obviously, the main objective with no utility is to find kills, really, is to get economic damage. Without the utility, it's often can be too ambitious to focus on a bomb plant and kills. So I feel like you want to just try to do one thing very well.
Definitely. And once in a while, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and this works out well.
Sometimes you surprise yourself and, like, even though you're spread out, both players somehow get a kill. But here's a round maybe where that's the case. Open up arch, pressure on Stewie. Really good in these situations. Make sure to capitalize on them holding W, so that he has less of a fight when they actually get to him. Now he could sit there and delay, but if they can swarm him, then he has a certain amount of time that he can stay alive. In that situation, he can literally win the rounds, deny the plants, get kills. Anytime you know that someone's holding W, you should always try to peek them. It's very hard to counter strafe while running forward.
Yes, yeah. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Alright, so some forward nades here from the T's, trying to clear out space on Banana. Unable to get too much at the moment. Up on Banana, just the initial harassment. We get the immediate rotation on Cloud9 after not really seeing more than a single Molotov towards the speedway position. Although Cloud9 very unsure still, he's actually coming back towards Skadoodle, or Stewie, rather.
Skadooey.
Skadooey, I like that. Skadooey. So it's Ghost just playing the slow game here. Haven't really pressured. The problem is that they have not cleared apartments. They've made no noise or presence there really, or top mid. So I feel as though Cloud9 should be on high alert for this B play. I don't think Ghost's default here is. It was not even been a default.
Yeah, it's been a really prolonged B hit, but they're trailing back to mid. They're just gonna try to throw like a crummy fake. It seems like a little bit of utility. All this is doing is causing a rotate over towards B. Yeah, no bracket control was taken for that entire bit of the round.
25 seconds as this push comes in. There's a pop flash which is becoming more common. It's an adjustment of an old style, and it's all Cloud9 on these frags. Wardell make a double peek through the smoke here, it seems. And there is Tarek to even the score. Now break the money of Ghost.
That was a pretty awful round from Ghost. In all honesty, that was a pretty awful round.
Yeah, they kept it too simple, but because I think they wanted Banana for free at first, and Cloud9 had too much utility to allow them to do that. So carpet mollies on Banana to start off the round, delay long enough. They just holding bracket the entire time. No one from Ghost peeks them at all, so they have no reason to think that it's going to be A. And then without that, all they do is sit and wait and eventually rotate one over towards B. Standard flashes.
Yeah, it's we will need to see them. We need to see them do more on their T halves. Their T sides T rounds to actually be able to contest against Cloud9 here. That is a bit too basic. So I'm hoping that on this buy round that's coming up for Ghost, that we'll see at least just the normal basics that we saw. Let's say when we watched SK in ECS do perfectly even with a stand-in with K-Tex. They were doing a great job. Taking banana, retaking banana, taking Palmer's, taking top mid, and then giving themselves the options of all the map.
Yeah, yeah, and if you want to do a fast B and they throw all their mollies and stuff and you can't, well then you just got to go back to your default, respect it. There's nothing you can do about that. Here they try to go off a good spawn, that's another option, but even with that entry, they wouldn't have been able to go farther than that, so their teammates were separated. Not uncommon to do, for teams to off of a really good spawn to try to get in front of the Molotovs, but I think the CT spawns were a little bit too good. And now they're actually pushing down Banana with that information.
Yeah, they got that deep banana smoke indeed. It's going to be a problem, isn't it? I mean, Ghost, again, we always talk about the options from this position. Like, you either wait it out, or you pop flash through it, or you just go A. Looks like they're just going to go A, and going A is going to be an outcome that will see them riddled with holes. Mm-hmm. And that is definitely, yeah, it's one of my less favorite options when there's that deep banana smoke. Mm-hmm. I sort of don't like it when teams sort of just play into it. I think it can work if a team is doing it all the time, doing the banana control all the time. Then sure, you can throw it in there, but
I think there should be like a retake of Banana early on. So refresh that smoke that CT's throw top Banana, and then molly out tree, and then close left wall, or close right wall, I should say.
Fast apartments is the call in this round, and they've got more success than one might expect. Okay, this may even turn into a round win, which would be very anomalous indeed. In the fashion in which it's happening, Stewie threw a smoke with a flashbang, not this time. Ghost win a round where surely the goal was to plant the bomb.
This is something like we were talking about earlier, Mo, where it's like when a team sometimes gets into that spot where they got the fast movement speed and the ability to sort of run and gun, they'll actually have a much better result, even if it's with the pistols.
Yeah, this team has aim across the board. All these guys are really good up-and-coming players in terms of aim at the very least. Good individual players too, but really strong aim. So you can definitely see why a round like that could take place. Now Cloud9 are not any worse than them in that regard by any means, but that was just a good eco strat to bust out halls, and sometimes that's how the chips fall.
Wardell's posterior has given his position away. CTs are positioning to punish him. And while they do that, they'll find some more players to punish, leaving Rix as the last man with 13 HP. He still has opportunity to do some damage, and he'll try to reset the situation with the time afforded to him.
I mean, if I'm the coach here for Ghost, I'm gonna be emphasizing banana retakes, because again we saw the power of it here. Automatic's able to just push through the smoke as soon as he knows that they're initiating the push top mids and just shoot them in the back, whilst Skadoodle's up there, you know, doing a good job defending at the front lines. You can't allow the CTs to have that much control of the map. Well, you can't allow a CT side that's as good as Cloud9 to have that much control of the map. Maybe you can do it against a lesser team, and it can work out for you. But against Cloud9, I don't think.
You might also be able to get your foot in the door by playing into how they see your predictability by doing, let's say they take a long time to go A, then they do like a false exec, and then they have two people at stairs, for example, because they know automatic's going to flank them if they leave them banana. Cloud9 feel like they've just made this mistake over and over again. They're not going to even watch the flank, so they'll probably give them a kill there, and maybe they can just plan on hitting B right out of spawn, but by showing a little bit of late presence at A, make it seem like they're just going to do one of his regular A hits.
That's really cool. I like that. I mean, I also like the pros of, if you like because if we consider the CTs taking deep banana, it requires a lot of utility and investment from them to do that. So if you are in a position where you are going to retake banana, you sort of encourage them to even use more investment to sort of keep a handle of the situation potentially as the pressure comes in. So then their utility game gets pretty questionable, but that's nice. That's what Wardell's here to do. But at the same time, Tarek's gone for a bench push. He's got to be so careful, though. He has no idea whether Wardell's still on the angle. Flash comes in, though, and he gets the frag. But can he get out of this position without taking too much damage? Gets a second kill. Out comes the USP. Notice that Wardell's there, and he smokes him off. That is some salt to the wound right there. Insult to injury.
Now the bomb is the key player in this situation, which keeps the Ghost coming down banana, and automatic cleans up the rest. We have the support moving in for Cloud9 down banana once Tarek ended up in that situation, and they will rescue 2 sniper rifles from this round. Massive damage done by Tarek.
He had no right to get that second kill.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
And that's broken Ghost Gaming again. This time they've got pistols and not a single grenade. Not one flash up mids. No, not one smoke on the balcony. Just pistols.
Good pick off there from Skadoodle. And this is something as well that Skadoodle just did there, which I think is important on rounds like this, when there's pistols out. I think you want to make sure that you don't necessarily want to put people in apartments, but you want to have somebody look in at some point and take a peek just to get some info, because the apartments, the balcony explosion is actually quite powerful with pistols, and we already saw Ghost in the previous round actually win the round with that, and so it's good to just keep an eye on it, and then back away after we got the info. So this double up setup here for Cloud9 is going to be quite fun to see how this develops going forwards. And especially considering that Ghost aren't really pressuring or trying to pressure through banana once it's taken by the CTs. It actually, I think, is really awesome, because there's one AWP. If you can have an AWP on A and just have that solitary AWP on B, holding those positions with the deep banana smoke, that's actually really strong, because an AWP can really massively delay a pushing effort. So it's I think this should be a really strong setup now for Cloud9.
Yeah, a really difficult spot for Ghost. Again, hopefully, if they do take a while to go A, they do keep in consideration that they keep getting flanked from banana, and you know, ideally they just start the round, just try to get a throw default going. I mean, they might lose still, but they would at least put in the effort of knowing that if Cloud9 are going to exploit them if they give them any map control whatsoever.
We often see these like that Molotov there every single round from Ghost, but then that investment of that Molotov is not really ever followed up with in any sense. It does feel like a waste of money. I don't know if you agree.
The what Molotov?
So we see Ghost always throw a Molotov towards the car, just on banana like every round. But
Yeah.
but it always gets smoked. But everything always gets smoked off by the CTs, so they can't ever use that investment.
So they're using the Molotov to try to get them to overreact by like throwing a lot of nades down banana. But if Cloud9 have such a money advantage, they're gonna throw those nades anyway. So you know, it's like if you nade the same spot every round, most of the rounds you're wasting that nade because why would they run at that nade over and over
Yeah,
again?
no,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And also, they never really threatened that style of play really in this half so far. So, oh, here's a pop flash for automatic. Nice catch by Sliggy there to see that play coming in, and it's not going to work out. And this is something you were mentioning here, being able to possibly bait out automatic, get the kill.
See, this still scares Ghost though, because now Ghost see that they're comfortable pushing all the way down, so they're ready for A. So even though they're actually down a man, and oh, Cloud9 are actually over rotating back to B. They're assuming that Roger or Ghost are gonna change their game up
Because they lost their flanker, which may happen sometimes, but on this occasion it is the wrong call. There's a lot of players on the site, 3 of the 4 players, which may be hard to identify, but that smoke really is a killer for Cloud9. They have 3 players of defuse kits, but I think really they're just looking for someone to give them an opportunity to go for this retake.
They just played themselves because they had Stewie, excuse me, at top banana, and he flashed automatic down banana, right?
Yeah.
So automatic goes through, he dies, but they still have all of banana. So if Stewie stays there, remember how Seb was jump spotting it and he had no utility, but no one showed up, so they stacked 4A. Stewie could have done the same thing, except he had a little bit of utility, and they didn't have to over rotate. They still could have had so much info on banana, and then continued with exactly what they knew, that no one was on banana now. And as far as they knew, Ghosts weren't going to make some adaptation to go back to banana.
Yep. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Yeah, I do wonder like what the call was to like provoke that. Because as you say, like I mean they must know that as well, you know, that they can just play like a guy spotting there. And
I think Stewie might have fallen back into the site too early.
Oh, okay.
And then thought, oh, they might already be there. Maybe. No, so didn't have eyes on that, but.
So I think we got the team Molotov again, I think. But the round is played out the same way almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
The team Molotov, the CT's played exactly the same every time. They smoke deep banana. This time it looks like Ghost is more prepared to actually go through this smoke. Like they finally realized, okay, we can't just allow Cloud9 to just have this map control.
Yeah. See how it goes.
There we go. Perfect. So there we go. It burns some extra utility. Stewie's going to go forwards here. Ooh, I thought he was going for it. He backs away though. This is perfect. We get some extra utility burn from Stewie. He's got none left now.
Yeah.
Rotation comes in. Now this is great. There's 1 minute left. They can still try to take other parts of the map, although...
Yeah, 2 options. Execute right away, right? So there's no rotate right away. Or go back and do... That's no flash for Stewie.
Yeah, there were 2 flashes then. They both failed and actually flashed their own team. So now Stewie is a distraction, and they have to kill it. They have to focus on him, and that's going to be quite the ace if he manages this.
Yeah, do it, man.
Automatic going through the smoke, but Stewie will be denied, leaving Rix alone. But that could not have worked better for Cloud9.
Yeah.
They can't kill him, which means Automatic gets free reign if Stewie even gives him the opportunity. Stewie will just kill everyone himself.
And oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So like, you know, if you do go for 1 piece of map control and then execute right away, that's fine because you won't get fast flank too early in the round. Automatic pushes at 30 seconds when no one's made noise.
What is
but
going
he
on?
doesn't push at a minute 20.
One of the HE perhaps.
Yeah, but he doesn't push at a minute 20. So they like executed right after they took banana control, and it could have worked, but they let the Opper take shots, not being blind. He should have kept being flashed off until he was at quad, and then they could come through, maybe clear automatic, and do the whole thing at B. But it was close.
I feel like we really haven't seen defaults from Ghost.
It's just A or B.
Yeah, pretty much. They like that last round, they could have done exactly the same thing on banana, whilst at the same time using 2 players to clear apartments, and then be in position at top mid. And then that gives them the option to go B or A, and it's obscured to the CT. It's just that very small added detail. I mean, that's what you see the top teams do. That's like watch SK. And again, they're probably a good team to model your Inferno over. Good hold here from Cloud9, playing the most passive positions you can ask for. Knives come out, nice! Wow, in the knees. In the groin.
Mafia style.
Knives left to burn like one of those self-immolating monks. Position, headshot, but not anything beyond that, so Rix's run of fun has come to an end. 5 rounds for Ghost on their T side. Struggle was real.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to have a good T side, and that was, I think, a bit worse than I expected generally. But I thought the CT side is where they can do some damage. Ultimately. Yeah, I hope so, at least for them.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious how Cloud9's T side does go. I like that half was there's so much clarity in that half as to like what exactly they could have done differently.
Yes.
For both sides.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. Apart from the eco anomaly, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I agree completely. I think we did okay highlighting the major things there. It's a good pop there from Seb. Looking forward to seeing Seb playing around the banana position. So I'm hoping they can pick up this pistol so we can get some rounds out of their CT side. Dallas in a lot of trouble here. He does have a pit player supporting him. Rix, the guy that you want in that pit position. Nice catch from Dallas. Can't get the second one, but Rix is doing the damage. The flames there will not deter him. He's down to 7 though. Automatic still alive and kicking. He can absolutely do this. Wardell is close to dead. So is Rix. And Seb is the man from Speedway. So Automatic in with the chance.
Just gonna need some auto magic.
I don't know if Seb realized or saw that Automatic had gone back from Arch. Still holding the line, but of course Automatic has fired a bullet, so they have more information now, but they'll hold their positions and try to avoid a 1 versus 1. Rix, does he see? No? Yes? Yes. There it is. His head will come to a rest.
It was really well played from Ghost. They got that first kill. Seb obviously hitting a nice shot on Banana, and then immediately just fall into a passive setup. Happy to play the 2-3. And now we get to see more of their CT side, just like automatically. So that's cool.
Nice. Okay, deep nades. Oh no, it missed. It missed completely. Never mind. So deep banana smoke from the CTs. Once again. But now this time it's Ghosts instead of Cloud9. And it'd be quite cool to see how Cloud9 end up dealing with that situation. I imagine we will see Stewie run through that smoke at some point. The Stewmeister looking for that entry with that Deagle, trying to lead the way with a 1 shot.
Status go back. He wants to. Feeling some comfort with the Molotov. 1 minute mark. Tarek is still holding presence towards B. Making sure nobody's there. Will that be the final resting place maybe of one of these two teams? Bombs being collected. Still a lot of time on the clock. Kind of the reverse boosts to the usual. This will be interesting. No grenades for Cloud9, so that will enable Connor to stay in play. Rotation starting to come in, and that should be some nice money for the CT side. They've lost 1 player though, and Connor is he trying to buy time, and oh, that's nice. Essentially moving back in towards CT. He has a double or triple peek if he needs it, but the USP will be enough.
That was very satisfying. That was like watching a fleet of balloons get to enough pressure that they all pop.
Yeah, actually, them eco aces always satisfying.
You guys played Cuphead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
It's just like a bullet hell, like loading
Yeah,
the boss
yeah.
up with bullets until he turns red and explodes.
That game's really fun.
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
End of the 3rd act.
Nice.
Dodonpachi is my bullet hell game of choice.
What's that?
Dodonpachi.
I haven't played
Bullet hell
it.
was in like a plane game.
Oh, I do know this game. I used to play this at the arcade.
Yeah, Dodonpachi.
Oh yes, that
I've
was
got it on iOS.
sweet.
It's quite hard though on the smaller version of the current gen phones. It's a lot harder than the big.
My favorite phone gamer.
There is what kind of phone do you have?
iPhone.
Okay, there's a guy who's developed a bullet hell game specifically for mobile phones, which is really good. If you like Don't Patchy, it's very very good.
You will airdrop that to me later.
Yeah, I'll tell you later what it's called. Do not recall. 2-round lead for Cloud9 as both teams come in on the buy, but it's still the cheaper buy for Ghost. They'll retain the MP9s in the UMP until forced to otherwise. It's a cheeky peek from Wardell with limited success as nobody's dead. We'll see if Ghost can have as successful a time on Banana as Cloud9 did.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two MP9s on Banana. So I mean, I don't know if they heard both of them, but
So this is what we should have seen Ghost doing, right? You see 2 players being active around apartments.
Quick note: they just switched an MP9 for an AWP on Banana.
oh, there we go.
Go on, Dad.
Okay, and so at the same time, Cloud9 is pressuring into Banana. They're sending, of course, Stewie up Banana, and he is sort of like the guy that always goes up Banana, right? So, and now they have a second player, but the AWP has already fallen back. So they're trying to, as cheaply as possible, take control of top mid, apartments, and Banana all at the same time, whilst making the deep Banana smoke actually almost like a wasted smoke in some regards for the CTs, or trying to remove the value of it. And they've done all of that. So now they have sort of the run of the map.
This is like the. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You know, this is what we wanted to see from Ghost.
Yeah.
Important duel for the CTs to win, and they will. With CZ no less. Woodell continuing to deliver frags. His teammate holding a hot flash for him. One spotted, one shotted. Only one player down for Ghost. Considering that they have the MP9s, that's a pretty good round.
It's like watching a famous cook show you how to make a great meal for cheap, right?
I like that, actually. That's awesome. Although, yeah, the entrance into B definitely needed some work.
The fish was a bit raw.
You can eat fish raw.
That's true.
By the way.
Wait, what was the quote? Gordon Ramsay? Something is raw. He screams at the top of his lung. I can't remember what it was.
I have no idea.
We don't watch TV.
I just watch ECS.
Me too.
Producer says scallops. We can neither confirm nor deny. Tarek has 1 HP and a Galil.
Interesting. Surprised he doesn't swap with Stewie. I mean, he has a CZ as well, so he could just use a CZ, you know.
Yeah, I mean, use Tarek as the human shield, but give him good help. That should have been Tarek's role. He should have been running there and allowing someone to clean up with Galil, but whatever.
And this is kind of like, this is the interesting thing about Ghost in this map, is that Ghost can do some of the basics of the CT side, like the safe basics, like pretty well. I think, like they can, you know, they understand. Okay, you know, we want to try to, you know, hold forwards. We're gonna get pushed back slowly. You know, they know all the right angles and positions to play, and some good responses. And like you said, Mo, earlier, just they have great aim. So so that actually kind of works out really well. Whereas on the T side, it's much more complex how you're supposed to open the rounds. And they're not quite there yet with that, but on the CT side, they're scary. You have to give them respect. Especially with Wardell, you never know when Wardell can do something insane.
1 minute 25, and we see a continuation of the grenades on Banana. The T's now advancing, but it seems Ghost want to stand and fight and maybe counter boost in advance, and that is not what Tarek was expecting. Stewie can't trade either, and these are important rounds which Cloud9 have disadvantages in and may even lose.
Well done, man. I really appreciate them, like, not just giving up to like banana control from Cloud9, staying for the fight. So they actually hold on to some info because they don't have bracket. So if they don't have bracket, they've got to have something.
Yeah, that was really awesome to see. And again, you know, Cloud9 are running really good defaults here. These defaults are, I mean, you would expect it from Cloud. I mean, they have to be able to do it. They're Cloud9 for God's sake. You know, being the level of that they are. But yeah, these are some good plays from Ghost so far. Will they check this two-man setup on the CT side, though? That's really the question. Will they expect the Flowerbear player there? We're playing the massive bait here. Seb gets the kill onto Rush. Right now, Connor and Seb together have been playing really nice setup, like cool little bait setups. That boost as well earlier was fantastic. And yeah, that was nice.
I think I think Connor is IGL, but like in terms of fragging, he's actually really good. And Seb individually, when they leave him on B, I think does an awesome job.
Yeah, I think they took Cloud9 by surprise with that counter boost, because when do you see? I mean, just that situation. Yes, people will boost AWPers there and leave them there and so on, but I don't recall Cloud9 being picked like that so often. And now we're getting into the stage where being surprised may cost you the match.
Yeah, it was a really good timing that they found. They just hopped up, found the kills. Because normally you see the boost from the CTs early in the round, I think, and so I think, yeah, they just found a really good timing, and that could also have gone very badly, because if they had maybe left it, you know, a few seconds later, then maybe that's the moment. Then, you know, just as they're trying to boost, when Cloud9 are pushing it, and so they both die.
That's what we talked about at the top level when it seemed like SK and G2, right? You cannot play standard. You've got to do something like that.
Yeah.
That's when it comes down to picking the perfect time in the comm. It's like finding an opening, right? So Cloud9 didn't make noise for a few seconds. Well, there was Ghost being decisive right at the moment.
Oh yeah, and there's some problems here with this very fast play from Cloud9. Oh, the reload. That's not a safe haven. That is, in fact, a very dangerous place. And this round is looking certainly as though it will go to Cloud9. The bomb needs to be planted still, so there is time for the CTs to work with, but it's a 4 versus 2, and an AWP is on Tarek at the moment. Scar with a plant.
That was a very risky plant that they had not had lane open for so long.
Seb just about missing a frag there, but this is more than just about a single frag here. I think he's going to need to try to convert a lot more than that. He needs to get kills here ultimately, I think, because as far as value goes, you can't allow 3 players to survive and pick up 2 rifles and an AWP. You can't. You need to try to prevent that. So another kill would really go very far here for Seb, but he can't get it. It's a good effort. But 3 players surviving in a safe round with an AWP and 2 M4s picked up, or 2 rifles. That is a solid round for Cloud9 to turn the match on its head.
Yeah. If they, I mean, they split an eco apiece kind of, and we're seeing like a really good CT side from Ghost, just like we saw from Cloud9, and now Cloud9 steal that back. They make so much money off that round. It's pretty crazy. Opening frags could be a huge thing. Wardell could be a huge factor in that as well. Do a good job neutralizing him, sending him back a little bit.
Yeah, I like that he didn't get greedy with that. Some harassment. Some teas in the apartments. Wonder if Dallas will be re-enabled. Yes, he was. Rick's just threw him a pot flash to get info towards mid. But he can't stay there too long. Doesn't know what's going on around the boiler position. Things start to cool down. Cloud9 will offer a bit more harassment. See, the odd team have somebody on that red wall on a CT side. This red wall here. On the, yeah, that one. That one there. Sometimes on old Inferno you would see CTs ahead of the smoke. I think Glaive has made some plays there for Astralis here and there, but for the most part it's not really as active an area, no situations as it used to be, but maybe that will develop later on.
Let's see, there we go. Rotate back. Smoke actually fades, allowing Wardell to take shots. Wow, they're very fortunate to get that kill.
And Rix is a big problem too. They're going to try to challenge him. They will win the day this time and take the bomb side again. Connor and Seb, the rotation from B, looking to get in now from top mids and from Arch. It's going to be tough though, and they don't like the looks of it. And their money is getting low, so definitely going to be a smart choice to try to go for the save. Cloud9 back into this one, and again, this is one of those situations where, despite there being a bunch of rounds where you could see Cloud9 having a bit of a struggle, they had a consistent approach. We consistently see them developing the default, getting the map control back if it's taken away from them in certain areas of the map, before they then decide what is the best option to try to execute. And so this is an approach that eventually, if you are the better team, you should, in theory, be able to eventually find that opening or series of openings, eventually close out the match.
Yeah, we talked about that. They're not taking any shortcuts. They're not just rushing straight up, right?
Yep.
The Ghosts are playing well enough that they're taking their time and they're clearing stuff out. And they're doing they're doing it pretty quickly too. It's not even that much effort. And as you mentioned earlier, they're splitting up. They're doing both they're doing both A and B at the same time. You don't need 5 players to do it. And they did everything up until the point of clearing banana and then throwing a small fake. Not really committing too hard, but just holding a rotate. And Ghost actually had a good chance there. Wardell, the smoke was clearing in library. Wardell had an open line of sight, and if he didn't get distracted by the guy on the right, maybe would have got the kill on Stewie as well. Maybe they actually could have won that round. But Cloud9 got away with an A split, and it was off the back of being able to hold the rotations long enough that they gave themselves enough outs.
Yes, it's good to see. It's good to see Cloud9 just taking it steadily and believing in the basics.
Believing in the process.
In the process, yeah.
You got to respect the process, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Just like that wheel turning and doing things with water. Whatever it does. 12-11.
Wait, what?
Empty spawn, there was a spinning wheel.
You mean what? Like a...
I thought you were alluding to like water. I don't know.
Well, I was going to describe it, and I just realized I don't know what it does. I know it turns.
It's a water mill.
I don't know what the purpose of it is. Anyway.
Progress.
Usually, isn't it like watermills are for like grain?
It's the wheel of progress.
The wheel sort of powers like the turbines for the grain.
We cannot identify what it is. That's the issue. All we can do is guess. I couldn't even get that far. I literally just nod it.
It is very small, so I don't think it's not really a watermill either. I don't know.
It's fraudulent. It's just there for show.
Yeah, it's a water
it's a showbiz mill.
Watermill for ants.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, considering there are humans-sized people playing, it would be some really weird ants. I was reading about megalodons yesterday, though. But enough about wildlife. There's 50 seconds remaining in this game. In this round, rather. There's more seconds in the game. Wardell is dead towards B. Seb has a lot to do.
Yeah, but just as Mo mentioned, Seb's pretty good at playing these spots, actually. He's the guy you want in that spot. And automatically able to get a trade in top mid here. But beautiful stuff from Ghost. They retake top mid and now play back passively onto the site. It's a 3 versus 3, or an effective 2 versus 3 at the moment on the A site.
Mel Gibson, Danny Glover.
They've got a big flank as well.
I kind of like this awful setup at the back of the site. The spray comes in. It's only good for one. They think that's the only player in this position. It's actually worked. But will Stewie be able to save today? 10 seconds to find the kill as he pushes the bomb site, looking for the headshots. Where is Dallas? He finds it. That sweep across.
Oh my god.
Straight to the face.
That was insane.
That was
I
nuts.
think he's hacking. I'm sorry. The thing is, if you look at Dallas's kill here, he doesn't need to take that straight away.
Yeah, he didn't have a teammate to protect, and he saw that the player had the bomb.
I mean, considering Skadoodle's angle, maybe he could see him, but he was holding the bomb, so you should have. No. I mean, maybe if Skadoodle wasn't like potential, if he didn't have the potential to maybe see Dallas's position, maybe he doesn't take the shot straight away, especially with time on the clock.
I think he just. Yeah, I think definitely he should have waited. He should have waited like 3 seconds into the plant.
Yeah, exactly.
His teammate could have flanked. Maybe he would have stayed alive longer. Maybe just stayed alive completely. There's another round. Ghosts come close to winning, and again, just as you mentioned, Dan, they like retook bracket after losing banana. Like beautiful. Some teams are too afraid to do that.
Yeah, it's really good. And these are like the small basics that I'm noticing from that CT side, which is giving me confidence in it. Just imagine if they fix that D side. I mean, they're gonna be a really strong inferno team. I might tweet them about the
I tweeted Wardell
to look at the T defaults, and I'll just say like just copy SK's T defaults, man.
Yeah, still, like I know Cloud9, they do nothing but study SK, because why would you study anyone else?
Yeah.
They do everything perfectly.
Yeah, it's a really good. I guess that's the thing, like that. You can sort of backwards engineer the philosophy behind what SK are doing, and then the
reverse
more you
engineer.
Well, what did I say? I said backwards engineer.
Yes.
It's the same, literally the same thing.
Who
Literally
says
the
who
same
says
thing.
backwards engineer?
Lots of people.
Look at his face. Look at the producer's face. He's like, what on earth did you just say? This is reverse engineer is the
Do
term.
you know that reversing and going backwards are the same thing?
The term is reverse engineer.
Yeah, but you can say backwards.
No, you can't because the
definitely
term is reverse engineer. Please tweet down and say, well, actually, the term is reverse engineer.
So what about if something's backwards compatible? Is that reverse compatible?
No, it's backwards compatible.
Anyway,
You guys say all kinds of things weird, so
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm too pedantic. I can't.
yeah,
I just
you
can't.
definitely do pedantic.
So you were saying reverse
Right.
engineer. Reverse
Yeah, so
engineer
ba- so ba-
SK's.
So basically, yeah, if you look at all the stuff that SK are doing, you can very easily see the kind of philosophy for why they're doing those things, because the reasoning is very clear. If you look at it and study it and analyze it, it starts to become more and more obvious. And then once you understand the philosophy behind the decision making, allows you to be more dynamic and making decisions like good decisions dynamically. And that's where some teams tend to struggle, because they don't have that overall understanding of what the overall goal is and how the overall way you want to achieve it. Whereas SK is so clear to them. I mean, that's why Fallen was able to basically create a nation of awesome Counter-Strike players.
Yeah.
Almost single-handedly, because he was able to teach everybody all this stuff.
And it speaks to how incredible his system is that they were able to take out Phelps, put in Bolt, and immediately win like one of the most difficult tournaments of the year.
Oh yeah.
Like immediately.
Oh,
that is gangster. We
when
don't
do
often
you see that actually kill someone?
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Do you see what I did there, guys?
No.
Because he's dead.
Oh, Wardell is very much alive for the time being. So far, he's got 19 HP though, but he's not in trouble at the moment. Going for the peak. Will anybody challenge the smoke, or will they wait for it to disappear? They've got plenty of time. And very forward positions. And ooh, then this is really interesting because there's no control over Banana, and they need to find out what's going on there. There's time. Stewie's already making his way over, because right now it really feels like Banana is going to be much more forgiving than moving into the A site. I think they feel that as well. But they want to keep the pressure on A whilst they discover that whilst they go and get that information. Stewie is coming back now.
I love this on the balcony. You can get so far.
He's so close to the dome. Oh dear.
Oh, he's really close there as well.
Perfect smoke timing. Making it awkward for Cloud9 now. Very awkward indeed. Ghost Gaming are denying them the engagements they're looking for. Stewie will make his way out of the round, but he did some extra damage, so they got a bit more mileage from it, but the money is starting to get tight on the C9 side.
Absolutely correct. I think he got a headshot there as well.
Yeah, he must have.
That's
It's really good
nice.
that there's wall bangs that are there. They're kind of like Easter eggs, but like once you know about them, they can become a standard.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
That one's really nice.
I like that about the new customs. Like on Overpass, they have the wood to span the door at Shorpy. Just like understood this is what you're supposed to wallbang.
Ooh.
Oh, he threw his smoke forward and ran backwards.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do.
It's not something you see from Stewie that often.
Out of his comfort zone, perhaps.
Did
It's a
he
good
let
sign
go?
from Ghost.
Yeah. Did he let go of the smoke as the other Molotov? I don't know. Trying to justify it.
Carpet, flame carpet. He was in the world of Dormammu.
I like I had the funniest attacks. I remember that game.
I just remember the references like you could play as Dormammu in I Want to Be the Boshi.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but the model's like the size of the screen. Set in the hitbox is like a
How
pixel,
do you-
so it's like so it's ridiculous. But it has all the Dormammu's sound effects.
Down a man. Good position for Ghost to actually maybe get Cloud. Yeah, Cloud. You can see by the Galil. The Galil is a sign of weakness. It's not a frailty.
It is.
I love this arch smoke. So good at pulling B rotates. And they're actually using it as well. Automatic. Whoa. What's he doing here?
This is cool, actually.
What you doing, man?
Standing in the smoke. This is beautiful.
Oh, they're going back.
This is beautiful. Automatic with the backstab there. Dallas is not going to know what the hell just happened. And Tarek's going to remove Rix as well. What a beautiful round by Cloud9. Not over just yet, though. And if you consider how little they have to work with.
That was so dope.
Yeah.
They did a little B execute, came back to A, used automatic to use that smoke so that they'd pull an arch player around a CT and then just circumvented him.
That was beautiful. Which round was that? That was
Bravo,
round
darlings. Bravo.
27.
Bravo. Bravo. Ghost will hold on to 3 weapons. Order will be an important part of this, considering how crap their loss bonus is. The money he's carrying will certainly help. Cloud9 won't hunt too much, as they're short of money as well. If they are to lose this round, for example, then Cloud9 will have some money to weather the storm. A bomb plant will help that significantly, but they will be looking for the W. But first, we have a timeout from Ghost Gaming. How can we use what we have to get a win?
If I'm Ghost, I mean, I'm pretty much doing similar stuff to what we were doing on the previous rounds. Cloud9 have barely gotten away with winning a couple of these rounds, so for Ghost, they're just gonna be like, damn, just barely slipped away. Got the opening kill, still couldn't put it together, and it's because Cloud9 are really pushing the limits here, getting creative, not playing non-standard when they need to, and that's just speaking to their depth. And you know, this is how you achieve consistency, right? Is you have all these layers. There should be no way for Ghost to be able to gimmick a win out of this. Just not there yet. Just close, but not there yet.
Yeah, it would seem that way. Cloud9 are looking to entry top mids. Dallas waiting for a flash, perhaps? Or is he going to go for that peek? Peek comes in, and he is dead. Everyone's dead, apart from Connor and Wardell. Connor will strike back, but bomb site will be taken in a position. The forward positions here are very scary.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, they're getting so far away from the bomb already.
Yeah, and that's going to be the GG 16-12. Cloud9 with a good win, and they did it off the back of their fundamentals, which is fantastic to see.